All right, hey, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to put the HOC Contractors HOC 8H, that is the hydraulic wood chipper that will handle up to an 8-inch log, and we're going to run it here on the Solus H24. I recently did a video on with the John Deere 2032R, and we will be doing videos with this with the Solus 75. So this is a very similar product to the WoodMaxx. However, in talking with HOC Contractors, which is based in Canada, there are Canadian parts, Canadian labor, and assembly. Some of the components come from China, just like the WoodMaxx. I believe they're almost identical. However, I was corrected and told that like the flywheel is Canadian steel, and the assembly and the welds are all Canadian. And so I used it the other day. Put quite a few large branches through it, probably up to about 5 to 6 inch diameter. No problem on the 2032. We've got a log here that's an old dead branch that came off of, I want to say it was a locust tree, so very hard wood, very rot resistant. We're going to run that through there. It's probably 30 feet long, see how that does. And then around the property I've got piles of brush where I've just thrown it off to the side, and we're going to try to grind up some of that just to continue to put this thing through the paces. So I'll talk more about the HOC 8H as we continue today. Primarily talk a little bit about the benefits of hydraulic over mechanical, the pluses and minuses, why I went with HOC Contractors versus the WoodMaxx product. And yeah, let's just put it through the paces and see how it works. So first thing we're going to do is get some diesel in here. We're about on empty. And if you've ever seen my video about the Vevor transfer tank that I have here, I want to say it's about 55 gallons. I think I can get about 50 gallons in it without it sloshing out when I bring it back home. Auto shut off on the pump. All I got to do is hook up a battery to it. So we're going to do that real quick, get this thing topped off. Should take less than a minute. I think we've got I forget what size tank this is. I want to say maybe it's an 8 gallon, maybe 12 gallon. I don't even think it's going to take a minute. This pump is like 10 gallons per minute, I think. So it's going to be quick. And I love this thing. This is my second time having filled it up. But with that Solus 75, I think it's a 26 gallon tank. So having this here is very nice than dealing with 5 gallon buckets, or containers. Hit the button. So, like I said, that's got an auto shut off on it. I don't have to stand there and hold it and look. I didn't know how well it worked the first couple times, so I always kind of watched it. It works, just like a gas pump. So we're done. So let's get out. We're going to grind up some stuff. Talk about the HOC Contractors. I am not sponsored by HOC Contractors. I do have an affiliate link. So I registered for an affiliate after we purchased this. Solus helped me buy it so that we could do more projects around the cabin here with the 75 and the H24. So it is paid for. I'll tell you that it was a much better price than the WoodMaxx. That's one of the reasons I went with it. So one drawback here I can see already on the H24 is I don't have a lot of clearance. I got about 6 inches of clearance on the legs here, and I'm all the way up. So with the hilly terrain here, I'm not going to be taking this thing too many places. Plus it's pretty heavy. On the 2032R, I got a lot more clearance. On the S75, I'll have a ton more clearance, and we'll get this thing all over the property. But right now we're just going to head down below the pond along the edge and grind some stuff I've been piling up. Let's check it out. All right, so other than needing to figure out and fine tune this forward feed lever, everything went well. We didn't have really any bogging down. I'd say the biggest piece that we put through was that maybe 4-inch, 5-inch diameter. I don't know that I want to push an 8-inch through here with this tractor. This is what, maybe 25 horsepower, 24 horsepower tractor. It means the PTO is somewhere around 20-ish is my guess. And we're getting good chip size. The wind sucks right now because I need to blow it that way, but it's all blowing back on me and on the tractor. Let's talk a little bit about what we got here. So this chute will spin. I can shoot it from either side. So I can be shooting it towards the driveway. I can deflect so that it shoots down lower if you wanted to put it in, say, a trailer or something like that, if you're saving chips. Last night when I was doing it around the pond, I was shooting it over the fence. Originally it wasn't going far enough, so I lifted it up and it put it exactly where I wanted it. It is 3-point, quick hitch compatible, but it's tight, like really tight. And I wasn't able to get it on the John Deere iMatch last night, but that was my fault, because one of these brackets here, which allows you to slide the hitch pins forward and back, they were off center, and that little bit of off center was just enough to make my hitch not line up and look like it was too narrow. It does work, and it fit nicely on that hitch with the top portion of that hitch. Now this is another hitch that I got from, I think this is a Titan that I got from Amazon, and I had to add this little extension piece up here because the top wasn't reaching high enough. So never used that before, but I bought it for something else and it works really nice. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of a Y-shaped yoke. I'll zoom in on it. Couple things about it. This is the hydraulic version. There is a mechanical version, and so this one takes about 6.5 gallons of hydraulic oil. So one additional step makes it a little bit heavier. You've got a lot of connection points, so now you have the potential for leakage or wear and tear on different components. But the other one's mechanical. I don't know how it all works. This one's hydraulic, so I have forward and reverse and neutral with control of this little handle here. And I also can speed or slow down the feed with this dial here, which is the hydraulic flow. This thing, you notice it's bouncing up and down. It's actually the wheel. So when the wheel is pulling stuff under, it's bouncing. If you had something really big that wasn't feeding, you could pull down on it. Or if something's stuck, you could lift up on it. This is nice though, because you can just hit reverse and it'll back it out. So pretty happy with that so far. This is a safety feature, which is why I haven't disabled it, even though it's annoying the crap out of me right now that I keep getting shut off prematurely. This thing just seems to be bouncing down and not staying engaged. So I got to figure that out. But I don't want to disengage that, because if you somehow got caught in something and got pulled into the chute, that's what you grab to reverse to turn it off, that sort of thing. So came with a very short PTO shaft, which I cut to fit this tractor as well as the 2032. It does have a shear pin right there. Real good instructions for measuring and determining the length of your PTO shaft. If you've not cut one before, it can be a little daunting. Not quite sure what you're doing, which I hate doing it because it's kind of like a one-shot deal. There's the reservoir. The legs are adjustable, so if you have a tractor that sits higher, you can adjust it. As I mentioned, this thing spins around. There are 2 wing nuts on the bottom that loosen it, and then you just lift up on this and then twist and turn. So I like that. There's a kickstand leg for when you're storing it, because this thing is pretty heavy. You wouldn't want somebody to lean on it and have it topple over on them. But yeah, the H24 is getting it done, no doubt, on this thing. So when I get back, after we do a few more things, we'll talk about why I chose this one over the WoodMaxx, because I think that's a pretty relevant topic, because these are the only two companies I've seen that make this style unit. All right, so got a pretty good amount of content there for you to see this thing in action, and also to see it in action with the Solace H24. So I got to thank Solace for springing for this piece of equipment, because it's going to come in really handy around the property. I mentioned WoodMaxx. That's the other company that sells this model, and that's the one that I found first, and I kept searching. And I came across this website, House of Contractors. Like I said, they're based in Canada. The price difference between this hydraulic model and WoodMaxx's mechanical model was substantial. Enough for me to go, I'll go with the hydraulic and still save money for Solace than if I go with the mechanical from WoodMaxx. So I was going to get the mechanical. I used the mechanical WoodMaxx down at the Kelly Country Life with Andrew Kelly last year. We got a video, I'll leave it up here, where we were using his WoodMaxx version. I contacted WoodMaxx back around Christmas during the holidays, so they had said they were going to be out of the office and spotty on getting back. I sent emails. I went all the way through probably till about January 10th. And never got a phone call or an email. So in complete transparency, my initial messages was seeking some sort of discount, letting them know that I was going to be buying a model, that I was working with Solace, and that I was seeking a discount as a influencer. So maybe that turned them off, and they didn't. Maybe they looked me up, maybe they didn't think I was big enough. But I got zero communication from them. I tried multiple times, voicemails, emails. House of Contractors was very responsive. They don't work with influencers. They do have an affiliate program, and I do have that link, as I mentioned. And they just happened to be going on sale the day that I contacted them. So I think I got it for like 8% off or something like that, which I thought was a good deal. And there's no commitment for me to make videos for them, but I wanted to make a video because there's zero content for their products on YouTube. And so I looked everywhere to learn about this unit, to learn about their reputation. Nothing. So potentially this will be the only video that you see out here, or videos from me for the time being. If this was helpful to you, please use my link for anything that you buy from them if possible. I get a little kickback, like 3% I think on that. And it just helps keep the channel going, it helps fund new projects for me, and makes making these videos kind of worthwhile, because then I can keep trying new and different things. But anyway, I hope this video doesn't have too much wind in it. It's pretty windy right now. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, and I'll leave a link to the other video running this on the John Deere. I'll make a playlist in the future, depending on when you watch this, with all of the usage of this wood chipper across all of the different tractor platforms. And thanks a lot for watching. If you like this content, hit that like and subscribe. If you want to see this on the S75 in the not too distant future, make sure to hit that bell notification so you know when I upload new videos. And we'll see you soon. Thanks so much for stopping by. See you next time.